Yo, shout out to the Most High. As always, you went on Lord say this, L-Deez. Also known Lawrence One for another episode of I Need to Know. With my special guest, introduce yourself.
Simone, y'all. How everybody doing? My name is Simone. I'm a visual fine artist, abstract. Let's go. Nice to meet you. I'm glad I'm here. The energy is right. It was right when I came to the back because we were trying to figure out how to get to the back. So yeah, thank you for having me. My name is Simone.
Okay, for sure. So Simone, I'm gonna ask the cliche question: where are you from?
I'm from Oakland. I'm
California?
a teacher. Yeah, I was a teacher in Oakland for 13 years. Before that, I was in Georgia, Decatur, Georgia.
Okay.
Atlanta, but even before that, I was in Oakland again. So most of my time was in Oakland.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm in Vallejo now, so I represent Vallejo. I've been in Vallejo for 4 years. My home gallery as an artist is in Vallejo, so
Gotcha.
Yeah, Vallejo's it.
Okay, so the first thing that you said is that you were a teacher.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Did you teach like junior high?
Yeah, I've taught all grade levels. In Georgia, I did in-school suspension. I actually created their in-school suspension program in Decatur, Georgia. It was awesome.
They always want to stick to black folks with the bad kids.
I'm a black teacher that is unapologetically a teacher for black students.
Okay.
Like, I don't play around. I don't, that's like what I do. So I was a substitute teacher in Georgia, and I decided I wanted to say, hey, I took a full-time position as the in-school suspension teacher. They didn't really have in-school suspension. They just had kids coming to the auditorium and sitting.
Okay.
And I was like, let's make this a program because I write curriculum. So I made this amazing program. It was so amazing that they were like, you can't do in-school suspension anymore because the kids are actually enjoying going to suspension. So they're getting in trouble so they could come be.
So let's press pause. Let's press pause. Because
I don't know how I got into in-school suspension, but it's more to that.
What is in-school suspension? Is that like detention?
Yeah, in the South, what I noticed is that they were sending a lot of kids home because they were doing whatever. So they would be like, you're suspended, and send them home. And they're at home. They're playing games. They're just chilling. Their parents are at work. So I was just like, how do we keep them at school and they get the discipline for whatever they did, that they got to pay the for whatever they did, but still they get to be social, be at school, have lunch, still be learning something, still have to do that time at school. And so we created an in-school suspension program where they got to do everything. They just couldn't be in the class with everyone else to start stuff. So
okay,
yeah.
Okay. Well,
but I've been with OUSD for 13 years.
So you did OUSD in Oakland, California, and you also taught in Atlanta.
Yeah, I taught in Atlanta, Snellville, Loganville in Georgia.
Gotcha. Okay.
Decatur, and then out here I taught everywhere: Stockton, Oakland. But Oakland was my longest stint in the Bay. I worked in North Oakland. I just finished. I lived on 45th and Market, right across from Northside Market above.
Yeah.
I was there before Fab Shop came.
Yeah,
I was there when his shop came. I was there when his shop left.
Gotcha.
I lived right on top of the laundromat.
So I'm from 39th and Martin Luther King. You know where Marcus Bookstore is?
Yes, I do. Right up the street, right by where I'm at.
Come on now. So this is what I want to know. When you taught in Atlanta versus California, what were some of the differences in finances and stuff like that? Was there a huge financial disparity in the education?
I feel like in Atlanta, in Georgia, period, black folks really value education. Most of the schools are, you got to wear uniforms. You're getting a whooping if you didn't do good. That's it. They don't care about calling the CPS. You're getting messed up if you don't come home with good grades. The parents were really engaged. I'm not saying the parents aren't engaged out here, but I'm just saying I feel like the lack of uniformity. You guys gotta dress this way. You gotta dress out for gym. You gotta put, you got to kind of more be focused on this is why there's a reason why you're here at school. I just feel like it's more lax out here and more strict out there. But there's good and bad with both. As a visual arts teacher, I want the kids to be relaxed. I was the only teacher that was you are required to walk around the room. You're required to get out of your seats. You are required to talk to your...
So did you teach art?
Yeah, my credential is in visual arts. I have my master's and my credential in visual arts.
Okay.
And so I was a third grade teacher out here in Oakland, but then I went and I started doing visual arts because I'm an artist.
Okay.
So I wrote the curriculum at the school I was at in North Oakland Community Charter School, which is one of the schools that shut down September 9th, 2024 due to the Oakland budget cuts.
Okay.
They closed a whole bunch of schools. My charter was one of them. Knox was actually the school. I don't know if you know how Fab does his like turkey giveaways and stuff. There's the Linden Park, the basketball courts right there.
Yeah, on Pepsi or
that
somewhere
school,
right there.
Yeah, that school right there.
Yeah.
That across the street where the poppy seeds are, that's actually a school. I was there for 13 years.
Okay.
And then they shut down. So, it's sad.
So I want to know something. I want to know what makes a school that's been in place so long turn into a charter school. I never got that.
I feel like a charter school is a way for parents to be more involved in their kids' education. Like at first I didn't like charter schools, but then when I started working at one, I realized that it's good because the district doesn't get to make all the rules. Like parents can come in charter schools and be like, well, we don't like the way you have our kids only eating for 30 minutes. Like how are they supposed to eat their lunch? By the time they open their lunch, it's already been 25 minutes. But see, at charter school, there's a board. Parents can go to the board and be like, our kids need an hour to eat lunch, or like, we don't like this curriculum that you're teaching. Like, we feel like you can do this. Parents can come in and volunteer and they don't have to go through a background check and all this craziness. Like, it's.
So is it essentially like a co-op of education?
Ooh. Yes. Okay, gotcha. It is a co-op of education.
Gotcha.
Yes, definitely.
So you gave me that bar, but I just want to know, what is the process when they stop having a school in place and make it a charter school? Like, what is the driving force? Like, how does it all happen? Like, I went to Longfellow on AppGuard for a second, and now it's a charter school. Like, how do they make the big switch? Who makes the decisions to make a regular school a charter school?
The district. So if, let's say, for example, you're at a public non-charter, and the test scores aren't what test scores aren't what they should be, or maybe the district is about to let go of the school. Some parents might get together with deep pockets, might get together and say, we're going to keep this school open. We're going to transfer it over into a charter school, which I believe is just a huge homeschool. And then, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so, like, sometimes it's to keep the school open because the district can't fund a school that's not getting good test scores. Mind you, these test scores that our kids, our black and brown kids, they say that they have low test scores, but I always like to point out the fact that these kids are super smart. And when they go into these standardized tests, the problem is that they don't even know how to work the interface. Like, our schools don't have computer labs and computer lab teachers and things. So they can know everything. They can know algebra. They can know all that. And then they get to the test and they're like, well, damn, like, where's the escape button on this platform? Like, how do I press B? And then they just start doing this. I've seen them do this. And I'd be like, don't do that. I can't tell you not to do that, but stop doing that. Like, read, you know what I'm saying? But they just don't know how to use the interface, like, and they're super smart. So, I mean, and they use those scores to determine whether or not they're going to close schools. It's a setup. So
computers are not like, when we were younger, computer class was a treat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we loved it.
You know, I mean, like, we damn near thought that we did something good. Remember Oregon Trail?
Yes.
So, floppy disk and shit.
Right, yes.
So, still in 2025, they still don't have a lot of computer literacy in education in public school?
No. It depends on the region and the public school. Like, our neighborhoods, like, they'll do things like Apple might give away free computers to low income schools and like these little like programs that just really make everybody else look good, but they're not distributing enough computers for everybody.
Are they saying might, like they might do it?
No. They'll do it.
Okay.
But let's say, for example, there's 10,000 students that need it. They'll do it for 5. Or they'll do it for 3,000 and they want to take the clue for saying we did it. And everybody's like, all everybody hears is we did it. So they automatically like bring that together. Like, oh, they did it. Yeah. They did it for everybody. Yeah. But really it's like you did it for 10.
Yeah. 5.
Yeah, 5. You did it for 5. You
still got 5 to go.
Right.
Cause watch it. Because 5 plus 5 is 10.
Right.
And 5 minus 10 is 5.
They want us to think 5 plus 5 is 7, but it's not.
It's funny though, because this is how nonprofits work and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So there's this pyramid, right? There's this pyramid. And at the bottom are the people.
Right.
So nonprofits work if you get a lot of people at the bottom, or at the top is the PR, the public relations. So when you say that you did it for them, that's part of the public relations. You can print it out in the paper, and then that's how you get all these funding and stuff like that. Or the people. Yeah. And if you could do 5,000 out of 10, that's half of it, then print it in the paper, and it appears that the need is being met. Yeah,
but the need is definitely not being met. And if the need is even the 5,000 of the need that's being met, it might be there's random like very elite schools in the hood. That, like there's always like these little private schools, like little nooks and stuff.
Of course.
They'll help those schools.
Of course.
And because the school is in the hood. That's right. They'll say, we did it.
That's right.
What you mean?
Something like the art school in Broadway Terrace.
Or OSA. You know what I mean? I hate saying it, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, there's schools that have all the funding and they're like in the middle of Oakland and they're like 10% black kids. Gotcha. And 10%, you know, Mexican kids. Okay. And, you know, 80% white kids. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like in the middle of Oakland. And that's where all the funding is going. And that's the school of the arts.
Well, this is what I want to ask you. Is Piedmont considered an Oakland school?
No. They want to bring Piedmont, like, it's like, how do you have a city smack dab in the middle of a whole entire city? When I first moved to Oakland, I was like, what is this? This like, what is that other city? Tillman, what is it? The park that we went to the other day? Tilden. Yeah. Yeah, like, that's a whole nother part. Like, how are all these little pieces? Yeah, Why is it not just all Oakland?
In like the Temescal district.
Yeah, Temescal. Temescal. Yeah, Temescal. That's it. Temescal district. Like, how is that's just like a Piedmont type situation? Why? Yeah. Why are we not? Why can't we have like this aspect to Oakland, and then Oakland is like this? It's like Oakland is just a range of like
you know
things.
You know, you could use it like on an application. Like if somebody like say I go fill out somewhere, I'm talking to a prestigious young lady, beautiful. Yeah. And she say, oh, so where are you from? And I could say, I'm right outside the Temescal district. Yeah. And then somebody say, nigga, you from West Oakland.
I like that. Right outside the Temescal district.
So as a teacher, what did you notice that a lot of the black kids lacked the most?
I feel like they lacked the compassion from everyone else because they didn't lack anything.
Speak to that. What do you mean the compassion from everybody else?
I feel like that they aren't given enough time and enough love and enough understanding for them to say, hey, you know what? I may not learn 2 + 2 in 2 weeks. It might take me a month. And for the adults involved to be like, well, you know what? It takes him a month. I see him working hard. Like, let's make sure that after this month that he knows the thing that he needs to know. Like, that's not the way it goes. It's like everybody, it's called diversity of thought.
Yeah.
Like students should be able to have time to learn. They may be learning the same thing, but they're going to learn it at a different time. Pace, yeah.
So it should be more like an equity of thought.
Yeah, actually, yes. Okay. And I always try to tell people, like, folks try to say equality. I'm like, equality and equity are two different things. Equity is people getting, everybody getting what they need. Yeah. And equality is everybody getting what they want at the same time, whether they need it or not. And that's not sustainable.
Yeah, like, you're not going to give Charlie, who's like 5'5", the same ladder you're going to give Manute motherfucking Ball.
Right. Because they don't need it.
Because equity is when you give people the desired outcome that's desired for everybody. Yeah. And equality is just when you give everybody the same thing and expect the same outcome. Yeah. But different people need different things.
Different people need different things.
You know what I'm saying? You don't just give somebody that speaks a second Spanish as a primary primary language, they need an interpreter.
They need an interpreter. And they can get to the same, if there's a goal over here, they can get to the same exact goal with an interpreter that someone who doesn't need an interpreter can get, but they need that interpreter. That's what makes it equitable.
Gotcha. So when did you make your transition? When did you make your transition from teaching to art?
So teaching is art. That's the part.
So are you still a teacher?
Yeah, I'm still a teacher, but for the past year, I haven't been teaching due to like medical issues, which we can talk about later.
Okay.
But my transition from being a teacher for 24 years, straight out of college, I started teaching. I was a substitute teacher for a long time in Georgia and in Stockton. That's where I got my substitute teaching experience because I wanted to figure out what actually did I want to teach. Because when I start something, I finish it. When I do something, I want it to be what I actually want to do so that I'm passionate about it and do it the best of my ability.
Gotcha.
And sometimes I might forget what I'm saying just because my memory is all messed up.
Definitely.
This is one of those times.
Well, I do the same thing. I ain't gonna lie, I do the same thing. And
why was I explaining that to you?
Watch this. I forgot what you said.
Okay.
So this is what I want to know. Did you feel that there was a strong representation of art as a curriculum in the schools that you taught?
So the school that I taught at, I'm not going to mention its name, but the school that I taught at did not have an art program at all. And I actually started there as, first started as teacher assistant. I was living we came from Decatur. I was living in East Oakland off 98th and C Street. Like in that corner, there's like that greenhouse that has like the army.
I got some people over there. I know
my brother had a window. He was selling food out the window. Like that's my brother and my husband's family compound right there. So we lived in the back.
Yeah.
And I was commuting to North Oakland. And I was commuting to North Oakland to teach, and I did that for a year, and then we moved to North Oakland. And why was I saying that?
We was talking about, do you feel like there's a strong representation of art in curriculum in school?
Yes. So the school that I was working at, like I was saying, they didn't have a curriculum. I wrote the curriculum. I was like, okay, it's been like 3 years and these kids don't have art. I wasn't an art teacher at the time.
Well, what did you teach?
I was teaching third grade.
But what?
I was teaching third grade.
All subjects?
Yeah, I teach all subjects. I've taught high school. I've taught ISS. I've taught middle school. I taught middle school at this school.
But even all subjects? You just mentioned all levels.
All subjects.
All subjects, all levels?
I have a multiple subject credential. So that means, yeah, so I can teach any grade level from kindergarten to 12th grade.
How do you feel about when you ask people, like I ask people questions like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might say, you know, my best friend, Bill the billionaire, he has $3.69 billion. How much money is the six? $3.69 billion. And some people say, I don't know. I'm not good at math. What, 6,000?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Where's the six? I'd be like, I think the six is in after the decimal, the six should be in like the ones place. Tens place.
Hundreds.
It's the hundreds place?
Exactly, right?
Really, after the decimal?
Right after. Because you're going into
tens, it's ones, tens, hundreds.
And then the point, then the decimal, then the actual full number. So if it's 3.69, that'd be 600 million, 90 million, and then whatever that lasts, right? Shit like that, right?
Look, okay.
But I'm just
okay.
Watch this. Look. This is my forgetful guest, though. We ain't worried about that. You just gotta write it down. So how did you? So you've always been doing art. Were you blessed with the talent to do art? Like, did you come to this world pre-programmed with art?
No. I think that I was programmed, and I didn't activate the program subconsciously until later on in life. That's how I'll put it. So I remember the time when I actually started doing art.
Was you already when you started
personally doing art versus teaching art? there was two different. It's two
Definitely.
different things. Yeah.
It usually starts off personal anyway, though. Most talents
Yeah.
that you give to the world, like motherfuckers sing in the shower.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they at church.
Yeah.
Then they on tour with Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
And then they on tour with me.
Right.
So this is a sidebar off the question real quick, and then we're going to get right back on your art.
Right.
Because this is one of my questions of the motherfucking week, right?
Okay.
You know how like people are pre-programmed as a gift, like let's just say gifts and talents. We're just going to call that the pre-programming because you come out the boots with it. So if somebody comes out the boots with a talent to sing, with a talent to draw, with a talent to be athletic, do you think some people come to this program, come to this world pre-programmed with discipline already?
Absolutely. Okay. I feel like, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's only transferred. So, yeah. So when we die, like our physical glove, kind of deteriorates because it's just like, outgrown. Kind of like if you blow up a balloon and it's beautiful and you keep blowing, it's like, that's so nice. And you keep blowing and then eventually it pops. You know what? I mean?
If I was your teacher, your student, you said that, I would say, ooh, physical glove.
I know they would. They would. That's the thing about kids. They looking at each other like, she said glove.
Physical glove.
She said glove. But yeah, I believe in, reincarnation of sorts. And I believe we keep coming back to this, physical realm because we haven't accomplished what we were supposed to accomplish in the previous life. And we're going to keep coming back until we accomplish what our purpose is. And then once we do that, then we're able to keep going to the next journey.
So do you dream every night you sleep?
No, I do not. And when I do dream, I honestly feel like I'm in a different place. Like It's a very physical dream. And when I don't dream, it's kind of like having surgery because I've had lots of surgery. So you go to sleep and it's like you just woke up.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's funny though because I dream every night.
You do?
I dream every night. You
need to write your dreams down.
So
you have a dream journal?
I do.
So
the funny thing about it is, shout out to my homegirl, you know what I'm saying, I was working with, right? So what happened was this, right? And we're going to get off this and then get right back to it, right? So I go to work. And then the day before, like on a Sunday, I went to a party. And I seen my best friend from 5th grade in Oakland because after, junior high, he went his own way. So I seen him in Oakland.
Right.
And he was at the bar. Then I asked the person that was throwing the party, could I rap? He said, yeah, man, it was all good, man. Give your music to Mike. He gonna be your DJ. So I gave my music to Mike Smitty from MacArthur Mays. I gave my music. And then I rapped. The next day, I'm talking to my coworker. She's like a work friend, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And she's, dreadlocks, incense, that type of shit, right? Shout out to her. She says, you got a dream journal? Do you write in it? I said, just like you did. I said, yeah, but I gotta find it. Sometimes I do. So, I'm taking her word because she's valued counsel.
Yeah.
So I go home and I find my dream book. I'm looking all over. I find my dream book and I open it up and it said, last night I had a dream. I saw Khalil, my friend, and I went into rap at this party and Mike was my DJ. And this was my last entry a week in a year before that.
You manifested that.
I don't know.
You did.
I wouldn't say I manifested it.
You manifested it. Like I feel like when you dream and you remember, you definitely travel to a different, like an alternate dimension. Like you're there, but you're not there, but you're there.
Gotcha. So when you do your art and stuff like that, like, do you have do you be on natural stuff or do you need a little wine? Do you need a little mushrooms, and shit like that? Do you need to go to a different dimension?
I normally just need to be pissed off or sad.
Oh, so you Khalees with the paintbrush.
Or I started like when I first started, it was like through some, I started off on some trauma stuff.
Okay.
Now, I smoke a little bit, I do have my wine.
Okay, just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but I like to go blindfolded.
Oh, blindfolded.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. I like a lot of times I start off blindfolded because I like to separate my subconscious from like the physical world when I'm creating. Like I don't want to be influenced by anything that might have happened that day, or I might be seeing around me, or or what people might be saying, or I don't want to be influenced by nothing.
You know what's
so
funny?
I put it on and just
as an artist, right? And a podcaster, that's the reason kind of why I don't really watch like other platforms and stuff like that. Because subconsciously, if you hear some tight shit, you might be stealing somebody else's shit. Mm-hmm. Or just like if I'm rapping or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of artists don't listen to a whole bunch of other artists, especially if they're doing a respective thing.
Yeah.
Because you can find yourself
just subconsciously taking somebody's flow by accident. People be like, oh, you sound like such and such. Yeah. But it's like, I wasn't trying to sound like such and such. It's like, I guess it just came out, So yeah.
Because even as a rapper, you go to the studio, I don't have a bunch of rappers. Imagine ain't nothing but a G thing and Snoop was going to say 1, 2, 3 into the 4. If DMX was there, he'd say, no, dog. And you say 1, 2, 3 into the 4. It's supposed to be like this. No. You say 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4. And then show, I gotta give it up to show. He gonna say 1, 2, 3 into the 4. It's Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre. That's your Joe, bitch. Ready to make a bet.
Ready to make the entrance, bitch. Right.
And shit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
How did you meet your team? Who is your team?
My team is my team. My team is my rock. So part of my team is my husband. He's right here.
Okay.
So he's always been like my manager, just making sure everything is cool, especially since I was diagnosed.
Okay.
Because I've fainted. I've fallen at events and stuff like that. So I carry my cane. Then I got Chill. Like, this is my bestie right here.
Chill.
How did I meet Chill? I actually started my career off as a rapper with our group called What's the Name in Them.
Okay.
And so we did a radio interview with KPFA.
Okay.
And Chill was our interviewer.
Now, what year is this?
This was like, 2016?
Okay.
17?
Okay. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. And so Chill interviewed us, and that was when we met Chill. And then we didn't talk to him after a couple interviews. We didn't talk to him for a minute just because life started lifing.
Of course.
And then we moved to 45th and Market, and he knew my neighbor as well. And I was just coming up the stairs one day, get to the house, and he was like on the stairs visiting my neighbor. And I was like, Chill. When I tell you after that was it. He was visiting us and not the neighbor. Like, it was about, we celebrated his birthday with him. Like, we were just there. We was there for some serious moments.
Yeah.
So he became like, he's like definitely like my best friend. Like, I don't have male best friends because I'm married.
Yeah.
But he's my best friend. Everybody knows it.
Well, Chill was a cool, easy motherfucker to like. You know what I'm saying?
How do you not like Chill?
How do you not
Chill
like
is Chill?
Chill is Chill. And I like how he even added the status to it.
Right, exactly. My status is Chill.
Motherfucker. They gonna go Chill. They gonna add the status. I said, who is this motherfucker? So what do you enjoy the most about what you do?
I enjoy being able to take my imagination and make it a reality.
Yeah.
I'm not very fond of reality. It's not, it's not something that's fun to be in. It's unpredictable. Mm-hmm. So if I want to create an unpredictable situation, I'd rather it be like artistic. So any type of creative expression it's like integral to my existence. Like, I wouldn't even understand how to be if I couldn't bring the imagination to life.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though? Because like, have you ever heard of Guillermo Toro? He's a movie director.
I've seen the name.
So
I've seen the name on the entrance of a movie.
Have you seen Pan's Labyrinth?
Yes. What do you mean? That's him.
Not the old Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth. Yes, not Labyrinth. I know both of them.
Yes.
I like Pan's Labyrinth. The first time we saw that, we was in Georgia.
With the subtitles.
We was in Georgia, yes, with the subtitles. So, the little girl, yes, and then like yes. I know. Right.
That's Guillermo Toro.
Yeah, okay,
so have you seen his Pinocchio yet?
Have we seen his Pinocchio?
On Netflix. And they just dropped the Frankenstein 2 days
I saw the
ago.
Frankenstein.
The other day,
I saw the Frankenstein.
That's Guillermo Toro.
Okay.
So what he actually does and brings to life, because he's essentially like Quentin Tarantino mixed with Stephen King to me.
Yeah.
If I could just say, just like off the rip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but throw some Picasso and stuff in there too. I know Picasso's a visual artist, but like the abstractness.
For sure.
Yeah.
So when you feel like, I know that you said that you like to do things blindfold and go from your subconscious, who are some of the artists that you actually, even though that you don't take from them, or if you do, who are some of the people that you really are a fan of?
I am a fan of one local artist, and I'm really a fan of. His name is The Arthur Wright. And there's another one. His name is Stephen Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah, and these are two older artists, like in the Bay Area. One out of Richmond, one out of Alameda, and West Oakland. The Arthur Wright. These guys their art technique is amazing. It's not ever something that I want to recreate or anything like that. Like their personality and their charisma of their physical self kind of like injects itself into their art. So when you see their art, you kind of connect it all. And then outside of local artists, you know, as an art teacher, I'm influenced by Basquiat. I'm influenced by Kehinde Wiley. And I'm influenced by artists like Pete Mondrian, which is a super, super old school artist. But that's where I got my love for primary colors, like using super bright colors.
Yeah.
Van Gogh, that's where I got a lot of my abstract. And Salvador Dali, that's, you know, he does I don't know if you saw the piece of art with like the melting clock, you know.
I think I have.
Yeah, that's Salvador Dali. And then like... Picasso, like with the abstract faces, eye up here, eye down there. Yeah. You know, so like I'm influenced by a lot of different artists. For example, like Yayoi Kusama, who just had an exhibit as well in San Francisco. She's an Asian artist, and she uses polka dots to, you know, that's her thing. But yeah, like it's like so many different like artists that I'm influenced by that I feel like my art reflects just an abstract array of like craziness, you know.
What is the type of art where people take paint brushes and just go like this?
It's called splatter paint.
So how like when I look at it, how can you determine if it's a masterpiece or just a motherfucker just up there just doing stuff?
Sometimes it's just a motherfucker up there doing stuff.
Okay.
But when I see a splatter paint, I try to, like, if I know the artist, I'll be able to understand like where they're coming from, where their mindset is, like what mood they might be in, and maybe there's even like, thank you for reminding me, maybe there's even like music that they're that they vibe to. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, like
gotcha.
Their mom died, like they were like vibing on these colors, like they used blue. Their mom's favorite color was blue, and she had her curtains in her living room were purple, and they grew up with that green shaggy carpet, so they threw that green splatter down at the end. And so that's when a splatter paint could become a masterpiece, because there's a story behind it. But I teach my kindergartens how to splatter paint.
Gotcha.
Okay,
so
just put that there.
Real quick, because I want to know this. Since you were a musician, or even besides that, right? When you hear music, do you hear music in color? Like, do certain songs bring out different colors?
No. It's not that they bring out different colors, but they bring out different like fluid vibrations throughout my body.
Gotcha.
Like
Like chakras and stuff?
I was going to say, like, my abdomen really is active, whether it's a cramp or whether it's, like, warm or whether I get, like, horny or just anything having to do with the abdomen will, like, trigger, like, my artwork. Like, and it, like, that's where it, like, makes its way out.
Gotcha.
Like, I can't.
She said it best. So this is what I want to know. I know that you said earlier you do music, and now you do art. Were you ever a graffiti artist? Or did you used to tag back in the day, like in the 90s and stuff like that?
No, my baby sister did, but that wasn't me.
Okay, for sure.
No.
Okay.
I did do, in Mosswood Park, I did paint an electrical box, and you might see it. It's been there for like over a year. You know where the sign Mosswood Park is at, like right before it on the corner. I call it the love box. There's an electrical box, and on one side it has like a red heart with the yellow background, and then the other side it has like an abstract face. And it's been up there for like.
What part of Mosswood is it at? Is it at
it's
the
right.
basketball
It's at the
court?
corner. It's at the basketball court. It's at the corner across the street from the gas station, right there on that corner. And if you're at the light, you'll see it.
You know what? I'm gonna look for it.
Yeah,
I'm always over there.
Yeah, look for it. And I'm surprised, like in a whole year, there hasn't been any, graffiti or anything. Like folks have just let it alone. Like they love it. I go check on it. He wants me to talk about when I was really young, a teenager. I don't know if you know KML Chewy Gomez.
I just seen Chewy. Shout out to Chewy. Shout out to
Chewy Gomez. Let me tell you,
a legend.
Look, I know. Let me tell you how. So I'm 47. This is how I know Chewy Gomez. And hopefully he'll remember me when I say this.
Okay.
When I was 11. I was like an aspiring poet. Okay. And I would just write poetry, like, like poetry. Like real poetry, like the flowers, and so I was, right. And so I was like, I used to call, remember back in the day, you could call the radio station and they put you on or whatever, and you got to keep calling. They're like, keep calling. And so I would call like twice a week. Every week, and I'd be like, this is how it would start. I'd be like, hey, it's me, can I read a poem? I remember how I said it, and they'd be like, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden they called me the poetry lady, and I became the poetry lady. And I would call, even though I was a little kid, and I would call and I would read my poems.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a gangster, okay? I'm about to start crying in here. Hey, man, damn.
It was crazy. Like, I don't know why I brought that up. She said poetry lady. I said, why are we talking poetry lady?
Let me get back to my gangster shit.
Okay.
That was the best bullshit I done heard all night. Hey, Steve, pass me a drink, Steve. Your little voice, can I read it?
That's how I said it. Cause I have students, so now I like kind of reflect on how I sounded to people. I feel like, hello, hey, can I read a poem? Yeah.
And this is like 1989.
Yeah. This is in the 90s.
That's crazy.
This is early 90s. Like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'd say about 89.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. So, Ethnic Notions.
Yes, ethnic. That's my home gallery. That is my home.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Ethnic Notions. What is that? Is that like a team of all black people, different people of different ethnic groups just coming together? What?
No. So Ethnic Notions Fine Art Gallery and Multicultural Bookstore is the only black-owned gallery, black-owned, black art by black artists. In the Bay Area from Richmond all the way to Napa. She doesn't, Miss Rosalind. Oh, I love Miss Rosalind. Miss Rosalind's the owner of the gallery. And she is absolutely amazing. Like, she is a mentor. She doesn't take no crap. She'll tell you like it is. And I'm the type of person, like, especially as an educator, I listen. I listen. I'm not a person that's like, oh, I know that. Oh, I get it. Oh, I know that. Like, no, I listen. And so Ethnic Notions adopted me as an artist last year during an event called Art of the African Diaspora, which we'll talk about. I'm a part of this organization. And I exhibited there once, and I was going through chemotherapy, so I couldn't go to the actual exhibit. So my husband went and took my art, and he asked her, like, how can Simone be a part of the gallery? And she was so kind of taken aback by the fact that I'm just not cocky. Like, I'm on time. I go to my events. I don't not show up. It doesn't matter what I have going on. And so I sent him, and she was like, I appreciate the fact that since you couldn't come, you sent somebody. You didn't just not show up. And
That's
that
right.
kind of like started our relationship. And then after that, she was like, I want you to be a part of the gallery. She doesn't take members. She don't do membership fees. She's like, if you're a fine artist and you're great, and you could be in the gallery. And so I always have art there. If you want to purchase my art, if you want to come to my exhibits, if you want the best way to see lots of my pieces, is to go to Ethnic Notions Fine Art Gallery, which is on the corner of Marin and Confunction in Vallejo. But yeah, like that, I just had a 31-piece solo exhibit.
31 pieces.
31 pieces, and I sold 3 pieces. 2 of the pieces were $4,500. One of the pieces was like $1,200, but you don't get all that. Like, the commission for the gallery is pretty substantial, so you don't go home with too much. But what I do go home with is the confidence that, like,
of course,
people are buying my art. You know what I mean? And I survive all this now, so I don't teach anymore, so it's my full-time job. So it'd be like as soon as I get money, it's like, let's pay down the PG&E. Like, we gotta go grocery shopping. I ain't sold art in 3 months. Like, it's time, because the thing with making money, making your income off art is like, sometimes, like being a lawyer, like when it rains it pours, but then when it's dry, it's the desert. You know what I mean? So but yeah, like, especially in the beginning of my career, my whole team, like, it was crazy. I started in 2020 at Lake Merritt.
Okay.
During the pandemic with my kids. I just had some prints. Went out there, and I was selling my prints for like $600 a piece. I don't know, it's because people had them stimulus checks, who knows, but people were investing in art. And when I was going out there, even like the summer before last, there was nobody out there. I went out there this last Easter, and it was like the flea market. I turned to them. I was just like, so y'all know this is the last time we coming out here. I had kids bumping into my art and stuff, and then I was like, I can't have $3,000 pieces of art next to the lady that's God bless her, selling the hats for $10 and being disrespectful. So we stopped going out there. Now we just do exclusive, like, gallery stuff, and we do lots of community work. I'm a certified therapeutic art life coach.
So what is therapeutic art?
So therapeutic art is when you kind of teach people how to use art to manage their emotions, to manage, to reflect, to just kind of like heal themselves.
So it serves kind of like
express themselves,
like a personal journal, but they just do art.
Yeah, and like I pretty much guide them through this personal journey through art. So, are
you a licensed therapist too?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you tie it in.
Yes, I do lots of integration.
Have you thought about teaming up with a place like Kaiser and then charging the insurance for that?
Yeah, we've thought about it, but we haven't gone that far yet. But we have worked with organizations like East Oakland Community. What is it called? It's called the. You could talk.
Solano County.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did the therapeutic art session for Solano County. We did the San Francisco City Attorney's Office. We did the East Oakland Community Food Bank, and we did a lot of events with them. We did a terrarium event, kind of like I would bring like unhoused folks in and use art, whether it's creating a painting. We did terrariums. We did.
What is a terrarium? Is that like dinosaurs and shit?
You're very close if you think about where a dinosaur lives. But a terrarium is pretty much creating a natural habitat in like a glass bowl.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, like soil, plants, and pretty much teaching them about like growth.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
creating this thing that will continue to grow.
So
yeah.
So this is what I want to know: artificial intelligence. Is that gonna hurt artists like you in the future?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so, because I feel like people that actually value art will be able to make the distinction between something that was created by a human and something that wasn't created by a human. Now, if you like digital art and things that weren't, not digital art, because digital art is created by human too, but if you like AI art that's strictly created by AI, then that's what you like. But if you're somebody that's like, I am an art lover, and you know the history of art, and you're interested in the artist that you can physically go talk to, or you can message, or you can like follow their journey, then you're never going to get that from AI. So it doesn't matter if AI exists or not.
Gotcha.
Like, you can't blame like someone not liking your art on the fact that there's AI. They just don't like your stuff. Like, it is what it is. Everyone's going to like your art. It's like everyone's going to like your music, and everyone's not going to like your food. Like, you have to know how to kind of exist within the it's okay. So
Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
And when did you get off into music, like DJing and stuff like that?
My father has been in DJ my entire life.
Okay.
I remember when I was little.
What is his name? Like Big Red or something?
DJ Mike.
Okay.
DJ,
Shout out to Big Mike.
DJ Mike. I was
Big
born.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
Right. DJ Mike. Does
he have
he
groupies
calls
and
himself Majestic Mike now.
Does he have groupies and shit? How was that like watching your daddy have groupies?
Man,
and stuff?
my daddy is a Rolling Stone. I don't want him to hear this interview and hear me talk about him.
Oh, it's out there. It's out there. Everybody know Big Mike. Oh, it's out there. Oh, you said it on the mic about Big Mike, so don't stop the mic.
Right.
Just drop the mic.
Yeah, like, no, he's live. He's live. I remember being young and watching him build his speakers, watching him build his speakers and stuff. But you know, he's getting older, and he's like, you know, he called me up. She's like, I know you can do this DJ thing, because he taught me how to use the controller years ago when we were in Atlanta, because he was in Atlanta too. He moved out to LA. He was like, you know what to do. Like, so I actually drove down. Me and my family drove down to LA a couple of weeks ago. Got a little tutorial session. He sent me home with the controller and everything I needed. And so now we just kind of like virtually, and he's just kind of like teaching me. He's like, you're going to do this. You're going to take over the company. Like, you got this. He said, you going to get on the mic, and you going to make it happen. I know you could do it. And I was like, I could do it, Dad. I'm going to make you proud.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you proud. So like, you know, I've been practicing every day. I want to use the DJing like as an art form. I don't just want to play songs. Like, I want to scratch. Like, I want to be like, you know, like, we only live once. I want to do it.
You want to take it back to the old school.
Yes.
You just don't want to press play.
No.
You want to.
Yeah. I want to be like, exactly. Yes.
I heard one DJ.
That's exciting.
I heard one DJ who takes pride in his DJ say about another DJ. Who takes real pride. He said, man, that nigga don't DJ, man. That nigga on an iPod.
Hey, because you know what? Once you get on the controller, it is a science.
Yeah.
It is a science, and it takes a lot of practice. There's a lot of knobs. There's a lot of different things you can do with one knob. So, like, you can never, like, my dad's been doing it for years, and he's still finding out new stuff on the controller, and he has, like, 3 or 4 controllers. Like, he's still finding new stuff.
Before we leave the art section of this interview, where can people find your art, and also how do people book a session?
Okay, so if you want to see my art in person, you can go to Ethnic Notions Fine Art Gallery, which is in Vallejo, 930 Marin Street, in Vallejo, on the corner of Marin and Confunction, which is a new street. That's awesome. You can also see my art at ACCI Artist Gallery in Berkeley, and that's off Shattuck Avenue. It's a different vibe, but my art is there year-round, at least 7 pieces if you want to purchase or just see my art. And I also have the San Francisco Women Artist Gallery that I'm a member of as well. And that is more of an exhibit gallery. They don't hold anybody's art. You just, if you have an exhibit, they'll exhibit. Like right now, I have an exhibit up with 7 pieces.
Gotcha.
And that'll be up for about 28 more days. So if you want to see my art, that's 647 Irving Street in San Francisco in the Inner Sunset District. But if you want to contact me on social media, my Instagram and my Facebook is Simone Niarae, SimoneNiarae, all one word. And my TikTok is The Ray Gallery, THERAE Gallery. But yeah, like I always have my flyers and all my and my website is www.simoneniarae, SimoneNiarae .my.canva.site. I use Canva. Hey,
gotcha. Use
Canva, y'all. Like, stop paying all this extra money. Like, y'all know that us artists, we broke. Stop playing. Use Canva. Smarter, not harder.
That's right.
Yeah.
And do you have a mobile art gallery?
Yes, I do.
What is that? Is that like a taco truck with plantains in it and stuff?
You can kind of say that, but I wish it was a truck. That's one of my dreams. But right now, it's like a 20-foot like industrial like tent, and we go wherever we want to set up, and we put out like at least 30 pieces of art, and sometimes we'll have like a chess game table and kind of have activities and my art out, and that's how I sold a lot of my art. I think last summer especially, I might have made around like $40,000 selling art.
Last summer
at Lake Merritt.
Have any of the big names reached out to you?
What do you mean by big names?
Hey, yo, this is E40. I want to,
Oh, that'd be nice. What you got?
Did Chewy go, man, say, hey, can I speak to the poetry lady?
I don't know. They might after this. They might after this. But right now, it's just been like, normal people, like surgeons, principals, teachers. I just had somebody buy a couple of pieces, and she's like, what is she, the city attorney of Vallejo? Something like that. Wait, the city manager of Vallejo just bought a couple of pieces.
Oh.
So like, I mean, those kind of purchases are important just because they put the art in their offices, which are around a lot of other folks.
Oh, for sure.
Might love art or just want to decorate and have deeper pockets.
For sure. Is the artist community connected?
The artist community is connected. I was just telling Rosalind that I'm surprised how similar the art world is to the music industry, because I thought it was going to be like this calm, like feng shui, No, it is just as like rough and competitive, and I don't do competition. So when people start tripping out, I just step back and be like, I don't want to do it.
Well, you know what I think?
I don't want to do it.
The funny thing about that is that energy is energy. Mm-hmm. Like, I went to like a few different schools, and what I'm noticing is that it be the same person, just in a different body. Mm-hmm. It be the same girl that got all the niggas at her house when her mama ain't there smoking joints, and when her mama get home, she saying, where the weed at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And then I have, before we go, because I know your time is running low.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We have something called Art of the African Diaspora, which is really important for me to mention.
Okay.
And what Art of the African Diaspora is, like a collection of 150 like African-American Black artists that travel the Bay Area to exhibit their art. I feel like I'm one of the youngest artists that's part of the diaspora. These are very seasoned Bay Area artists that are not playing. They travel the world. They do their art. I aspire to be like them one day. But the African diaspora, I actually got asked to do a private show at Macy's in San Francisco, which is going to be amazing because, I get to show off I love fashion.
That's right.
I get to do my fashion thing.
You do clothes too?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I did this coat here.
That's tight.
I did this coat here. You can't see the back, but I do lots of coats. I do shirts, t-shirts, tote bags, all the stuff like that. But the African diaspora, if you check my website and stay on my social media, you'll see that I have a lot of shows coming up. There probably might be like 16 actual appearances connected to the diaspora, but like maybe only 4 shows because each appearance has several shows connected.
Gotcha.
To it. There's an opening, there's a middle, there's a closing ceremony, there's an artist talk ceremony. Like there's all this stuff. So like you can't book too much.
Yeah.
And then for the therapeutic art sessions, you can book a therapeutic art session. Go to my website, go to my social media. If you are an employer and you need a professional development, or you are a senior center and you need a program for the elders at your center, or if you are a community center and you need some type of program for unhoused folks, or just I don't know, the community, hit me up. I do some free community. If it's involving children, I'll do free community events. But everything else, like, is at a discounted rate. And I'll guide your people through a more peaceful way of dealing with stress, anxiety, and reflection.
Gotcha. Well, before we get out of here, I gotta ask you one question about music. Okay. Who are your women Mount Rushmore? That's 4 of rappers.
So, when I was young, Ladybug was my very
Diggable Planets.
Ladybug, yeah, Ladybug was my number one until that's why I say never meet your heroes. I had a bad experience with her and I stopped liking her.
At a stoplight.
I stopped liking her.
Okay.
I stopped liking her.
Like,
remember the Beehive? Remember the Beehive? Remember the Beehive existed?
Oh, in San Jose?
Yeah. And then
the club.
remember? Wait, no. Club 17.
In Oakland?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember that. Club 17.
It was up. It was up top. It was like in a up top area. Where was Club 17? It was. Anyway, so Ladybug had a concert there, and I was like, I want to go, because I was rapping at the time. I was like, I'm gonna meet her. I'm gonna show her I could And I get there, and it was just such a disappointment. But as far as other female rappers, I feel like right now females are pretty much dominating the rap game. First it was males, now it's females. I kind of like a lot of the women coming out. I say Scarlett is one of my favorite right now because she's so genuine, normal. Okay. Kind of just reminds me of a partner. Like, doesn't always have to be a baddie.
Scarlett. Scarlett. Yeah. That she reminds. So the funny thing,
she reminds me of like just
DMX.
Being in the hood, right? Yeah.
She reminds me of DMX.
Yeah.
She doesn't rap like him, but she feels like
she just has that vibe. You know what I mean?
Because my issue, like a lot of times, like with female rappers, they be hella tight.
Yeah, they be tight.
But a lot of them be kind of sounding a lot like the other one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a Twister. Like, me and we got Twister.
Yeah.
That's fast, and that's a different fast than E40, but they're both fast, and that's a different fast than Bone Thugs.
Yeah.
Right? They're different.
Yeah.
When I think about the women, I be wanting to see different ones.
A variety of, like, talents and styles.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I can't even say I'd rather just stop there because the Cardi B's and stuff of the world are just.
I love Cardi.
I know. A lot of people. I don't not love.
Yeah.
I just don't listen just because.
Gotcha.
Not that I don't want to listen. It's just because I don't be like, ooh. I more so listen to alternative music.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let me just say my Rushmore real quick. Kim, Lauren, Nikki, Missy.
You see, don't say Lauren. Lauren's for me too. Don't do that.
But you just said you'd stop.
But see, I couldn't think.
Don't get mad at me.
I didn't think of that because I didn't think of that. I'm thinking about modern stuff. I'm thinking about right now. Then I did say Ladybug, didn't I?
Yeah.
Because that was the first thing in my head.
See, so now how you gonna say?
Okay, let's go back.
How you gonna say Ladybug? How you gonna say current?
I also meant
go back
Lauryn
to the
Hill.
90s.
That was my karaoke favorite.
So I gotta ask you the hot question that's gonna probably go up. This gonna get cut up.
Okay, go.
This question is gonna get cut with about this other dude that I got coming soon, and this is a hot question.
Okay, go.
You ready? If San Francisco and Oakland were family members related, would they be cousins or siblings or other?
Other.
What would they be?
I feel like they would be other because it's
What
like.
other would they be though?
They would be like.
Boyfriend, girl? I mean, husband, wife, that's an other. I'm saying, what would they be?
They would be people invited to the party.
So
Which means they go home.
They wouldn't be related at all?
No, they would bring the potato salad with raisins.
You know what I think they would be?
With raisins.
Oh, I get that. You get what she said, Steve? Oh, what the? Oh, somebody pale in this motherfucker. Oh. You know what I would think? You know what I think the relationship between San Francisco and Oakland would be? It would be like a uncle and nephew relationship. However, the uncle and nephew are about the same age, so people say they're cousins.
Okay, yeah.
It would be something like that, but they look alike, so they can pass for siblings, but people think they're cousins. But the granddaddy or the grandmama had a baby hella late, and they're really nephew and uncle.
But they only see each other during the family functions once a year.
Yep, because they've actually gotten to some bullshit before.
Right. And then the older uncle, which is San Francisco, is like, the older uncle's like, you know, we don't want them to come over this year. We're going to tell them that we're having Chinese food for Thanksgiving so that they don't want to come by.
Yeah.
But we love them. Send them an invitation, but we really don't want them to come. Oakland.
That's how you feel about.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I absolutely,
absolutely. This turn into a double dip.
They're trying to turn San Francisco into what? North, south, east, South Oakland or something like that. South San Francisco. What were they trying to turn San Francisco into? They're trying to turn Oakland into East San Francisco.
I know they were trying to do something with the airport. I heard they
already did something with the airport.
What they say?
Didn't they turn the airport into? It's no longer San Francisco. It's San Francisco something. It's no longer Oakland International. Just put it like that. Look it up. Google it. It's no longer Oakland International, you guys. There's an issue here. Right. Sign the petition.
That's crazy. Well, before we get out of here, tell everybody where they can find you at that information. And then this was cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You have a striking resemblance to one of my favorite teachers in 3rd grade.
Really?
Miss Godwin.
Really?
Is that you?
No. But I'm a winner. That was so corny. Anyhow, so what were we talking about?
Tell people where they can find you at.
Okay, so if you want to find me on social media, it's Simone Niare, SimoneNiarae on Instagram and Facebook. But on TikTok, it's The Ray Gallery. But when, our government takes over TikTok, it will be zero TikTok. But then if you want to see my work in person, you can go to Ethnic Notions Fine Art Gallery and Multicultural Bookstore in Vallejo on the corner of Marin and Confunction Street. Or you can go to Berkeley if you're on this side of the bay and that's too far. You can go to ACCI Artist Gallery, different vibe. But and that is at 1652 Shattuck Avenue. And right now, you can go out to San Francisco if you're on that side of the bridge at Uncle's house, and you can go to 647 Irving Street. Remember we was talking about Uncle?
Yeah.
Uncle house, 647 Irving Street in San Francisco to see some of my work that's there until the end of the month.
Gotcha. You said Confunction Street.
Yes.
They just changed
the street to Confunction.
They from Vallejo?
Who?
Confunction, the singing group?
Probably.
Okay, gotcha.
Because it would be kind of weird if they weren't. Because that would be random, right?
Okay. I learned something as I go, right?
They just did that about a month ago. It was like a big thing.
You know what? I got a special request, right? This is the last question of the night. If you had to say, which one is the biggest problem out of the two in the black community, would it be the lack of unity or the lack of knowledge? That's my question. That's my question from last month when I put it on here.
Oh, it'd be the lack of knowledge.
Boom.
And because without knowledge, how is there unity?
And the lack of. So the funny thing is that some people believe that it's the lack of unity. I'm like, no, it's the lack of knowledge because when
why are you why is the unity required? How without knowing, then where's the why?
Some people think that we're just not unified. Some people think that we have knowledge. Ask that question.
Yeah, but that's But if we had the knowledge, we wouldn't be where we are at today in a lot of ways.
Some people say that, well, we got the knowledge. The reason why we are at the place that we are today is because we're not unified.
Well, you know what? Those people need to go get the knowledge then.
Yeah. Because my thing is
those
that
people need to go get the
knowledge. Because I believe this, like when I think about high school kids, right? Mm-hmm. I don't feel like the average kid is properly educated about sex. I don't feel like the average or finances or even how to go to college the next level. No. How to fill out financial aid.
No. One day I got to come back and we could just only talk about education, because what's happening like with things like sex education and stuff, like it's so wild that you have to sign a consent form now just to have your child, go through learning the stuff that actually has to do with life. More kids are going to have sex than they are going to care about Van Gogh when they need to, live their life. Like, why are we not teaching kids things that they need to know for life versus things that they know to condition them on the whole, this is what American kids know.
Yeah.
Japanese kids don't give a damn about Van Gogh unless they're in an art class.
That's right.
Right now they're studying science, technology, and math, things that are going to have to do with existing on this planet and surviving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got to tap back in about education then, because we was finna go in again.
We was finna go in.
Well, shit, man. I'm L-Deez, also known more as one for another episode I Need to Know, and as usual. Come on, you know what I want.